It got to the point where I just straight up did not pay attention to them because I was getting hundreds every morning, about almost nothing, often one camera just losing its head. Except for this one morning where I got this push notification that really actually sent a chill down my spine. This pickup truck in the middle of the night, like 5:30 in the morning, turned onto our lane, drove up the 600-foot driveway, turned into the parking area, then immediately backed up, turned around, and drove back out the driveway. I didn't recognize the pickup truck. I didn't realize that someone was coming to visit us. And they didn't exactly stay around long enough to hit the doorbell. So I naturally turned to the same thing that everybody does to figure out every other problem that they have. And I took the video clip that I downloaded off of the cameras and ran it through the machine to have it, kind of machinerate it. And it gave me some interesting information. One is, as I said, it was a pickup truck. And it had a little STX sticker or logo or something on that. Ford F-Series STX trim package pickup truck. Now, unfortunately, the cameras that I have in the garage area or coming up the lane, they aren't exactly rated for capturing and doing any kind of license plate detection. There was something else that between me and kind of the forensic analysis that the chat could do, if you will, we noticed, which is that there was a certain deliberateness with which the person was driving up the driveway. This is a dark place. There are no street lights. There are no signs. You kind of are going up there and it's just a dirt road that's going up through about 4 acres at 4:30 or 5:30 in the morning. And this just in, there's no sunlight yet. So what was interesting was that the person was driving with a great deal of confidence. They weren't speeding up and they weren't slowing down, suggesting that they were being deliberate. And they got into the driveway and immediately turned around, suggesting that they were looking for something very specific. They were in and they were out, and they did so pretty quickly. So I was talking to a buddy of mine who's a sheriff, Pete, and he said that the reality is there's no chance there was a criminal out casing the joint. He thought that someone was looking for a place to fish. So, of course, I went to the keep out cam, and this time I wanted to see if they were coming from the direction of the fishing or if they were coming from somewhere else. This is where it got interesting because the truck actually passed the house and then turned around really quickly, and within 30 seconds turned back into our property and drove up in the direction that I talked about. So we decided to test this out. Exactly where could they have gone in that 30 seconds? This is my accomplice. Where are you? You basically disappear. In order to accurately recreate this, we had to go due west because we're going to hit our property, our driveway, going about the same way that they did. So I'm going to slow down here to about 10 miles an hour because that's good quality looking speed. And we noticed that they slowed down here a little bit and continued at about the same pace. So we're going to see two things. First of all, test number one is, did they go all the way to the end, turn around, and come back? Yeah, seriously, this is way more than 30 seconds.
You gotta do 30 seconds.
Yeah. That guy apparently does not want visitors, but stopped short of naming his road keep out. Test number two. Maybe I pick up to 10 or 15 miles an hour. I see an opportunity to turn around.
Okay, you're getting to.
And the reality was 30 seconds would only take you to my neighbor's house, in which you had only enough time to turn around, drive back to our house, and drive down the lane. So it wasn't like they were kind of looking for any watering hole that they could find, and it wasn't looking like they had gone to the end of the road where you could fish and decided not to go there and just took a wrong turn. They were deliberately wanting to turn into our driveway. That's craziness to me. But then there was something I noticed that I hadn't quite before. I started looking at all the cameras, and I noticed that at about 5:33, one Great Pyrenees stood up, turned on all the floodlights, started barking, and headed towards the gate of the parking area. So the guy drove in and saw a dog barking and immediately turned around. Now, I don't think it's as simple as, oh my God, there's a big ass dog. I'm going to turn around and go now. But what I do know is that I have a neighbor who knows that I have a Great Pyrenees, and every single time, for reasons I do not understand, he sees a Great Pyrenees running around in the field or on the road or somewhere like that. He picks it up. A lot of times it'll be in his little, golf cart or a different car or something like that, and he takes it to us. He knows we have a Great Pyrenees, and he knows that we love Great Pyrenees, and he thinks that our Great Pyrenees got out. And when I went back and looked at the passenger side window of the car, sure enough, it looks like there's a Great Pyrenees in there.